Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to create an in-cell chart like this one in Microsoft Excel. This is an alternative to using sparklines because this one will allow us to get a prettier looking chart. So I have the data here that we're going to use, and we're going to start by selecting over absolutely everything. The column headings, the row headings, and of course all of our data. I'm going to the Insert tab, I'm going to Recommended Charts, and I'm going to choose a bar chart. And the one I'm using here is the clustered bar chart. It doesn't look here as if it's going to plot correctly, but we have a solution for that that's really easy to implement. So I'll just click OK. And here is the chart. Now, as I said, what we wanted was Canada's data sort of lined up with Canada, not the actual column data. So with the chart selected, we're just going here to switch row column. Once your chart is selected, you're on the Chart Design tab here. You can just click and everything is just rotated. But of course, the other thing is that the data goes from Canada, California, and other West Coast, and now this data here is inverted. So we're going to click on this, right click and choose Format Axis. And here there's an option that is categories in reverse order. So I'm just going to click on that, and that's going to put Canada where it needs to be. Now we want the legend here, but I don't actually want it in this position. So I'm going to select on it. I'm going to hit the plus sign here. Let's go to legend and let's see what our legend alternatives are. So I'm going to put it on the right so it's not going to be in the way of my data. Now, I don't want Canada, California, and other West Coast, the actual words there, but I want to make sure obviously that I've got the data in the right place. So I'm going to select this. I'm just going to press delete. I also don't want this data, the actual value data for the x-axis. I'm going to remove that, and I don't want the chart title either. I don't want the grid lines, so I can just click on them and press delete, or you can come across here and just disable them in this chart elements area. So now we've got everything that we need. It might be nice to squeeze up the space here. So I'm just going to select on one of these data series. I can right click and choose Format Data Series. I already have the dialog open, so I'm not going to bother doing that. And what I want to do is to decrease this gap width. So I'm just going to drag on it. And if I decrease it, you'll see that the data becomes bigger, the bars become bigger and the spaces become smaller. Even though that we're just doing this to the data series, it's affecting all of the data series as a group. So I've got pretty much everything I want here now. I'm going to hold the Alt key as I just drag down to position this inside the cell that I have prepared, and that should just snap into position. And I'm going to hold the Alt key to drag this end of it into position as well. Now you can see that the plot area inside this chart is a little bit off the edges. So with the plot area selected, and if you're unsure whether you've got it selected, you can go to the Format tab up here and just make sure you have plot area selected. It's also a way that you can select the plot area if you don't have it selected. I'm just going to scale it up so it's taking up pretty much the whole of this chart area. I'm also going to pull it over so that it's lined up nicely on the left hand side here, so we can maximize the amount of data we're showing here. And I'm also going to drag this across a little bit. It can overlap the legend, that's just fine. We can also move the legend by just grabbing it and perhaps putting it into a place where it's going to be less affected by this larger plot size. Now the chart by default will have an edge around it. It's a little bit difficult to see here, but there is an edge. We can go to the Format tab, go to Shape Outline, and just click No Outline just to turn that off. So it's going to sit more neatly inside our worksheet. You can see that I added a spacer here by just having column F, just to add a little bit of a visual space between the chart and the actual data. Now it would be also possible to actually format these columns to match the colors here. So I'm just going to select over this data here, and let's go to the colors, and I'm going to select the theme color, and we're going to do that for the next one, which is, by the looks of it, this color. If you're unsure at any point what color has been used, you can just click on one of the bars that you're questioning the color for, go to the fill options and just drop this panel down, and you'll see in the box that opens up here, it will tell you exactly which color is being used for that area of the chart, and that will make it easy for you to actually format your data to match. Now, presumably the rest of my data could do with a little bit more formatting as well because it's looking a bit awful, but you understand what's happening here. We're able to get some in-cell charting to show the data that we're seeing on the screen here. If there's a gotcha here, it is that the data in the chart is going to be in reverse order to the data in your table, so you really need to be careful that you flip the data before you start removing things, because otherwise it could be very easy to have your chart and your actual data to be a mismatch. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results every time, then you'll love my other YouTube videos. So give this video a thumbs up and click to subscribe to the channel. And on the screen now, you'll see a video that I've handpicked for you to watch next.